And will get four. Don't think it's gone all the way. I think it's one bounce. It's a stylish pull stroke from a very stylish cricketer. Safe save.
Just going to have a little look-see here to see if it's gone all the way. Now, I think that safe save for me has been one of the surprise packages. That's going to be four, in that he's been really good with him with the ball, played a beautiful innings of 90 earlier on in the competition. Not one of the names that you see around the world in the various franchise leagues, but I think this might put him up in headlights.
It's a good decision for me. He stepped inside the line of the ball. That would have clattered into his shoulder if not. Have to give the bowlers some leeway.
A little bit surprised where Kishore finds himself bowling. Mahato, in that he's been really good with the new ball. Again, let me refer to the early stage of the tournament when the bolts were quite exceptional.
Goes to the block hole. Good diving stop from Mohamed Mohsin. He'll have a big role to play with his 4 overs. Royals 55 for none. I'm going to find it hard to sum up the scale of demand for this game. Quite simply, for a first season of a league, I've never seen the like of it.
Well, a quite staggering statistic is one that, didn't it take something like less than a minute for it to sell out?
Managed to claw back about 400 VIP seats that hadn't been sold yet, which were I think the 800 rupee ones rather than the basic 300 rupee tickets, as Sharmal is going to come into the attack. They released them and they sold in under a minute. Unbelievable. And yeah, that was just by freeing up another section that during the double header games they couldn't use because of the PMOA access that was required. No one at short fine leg, so it's a very safe shot for at least one. Bandari thinks of the second, but rightly sends safe save back. You add to that the fact that there's millions, and I mean millions, watching here in Nepal, and then millions down in India too. An extraordinary success. I met a family who've flown from Australia just before the start of play. Dozens, in fact hundreds, who've come from Janakpur and Sudar Pashim, many on overnight buses. It's just so brilliant to see the sport that you and I love thriving like this in a country that I've always loved, and I think you now love too, HD.
I think it's captured everyone's hearts, to be honest, Lenny. I think yes, many, me included, who arrived here and really had no idea what we were coming to. Might have just flipped him on the helmet, Binod Bandari. Yeah, just on the grill. So they'll have to go through some protocols, some protocols before play can continue. Won't take too long.
Always good to follow protocols. Umpires doing their job. A lot of batting to come here, HD. What's the approach for these two now they've got through the power play?
Well, I think that the discussion would have been between the two of them. Look, we can both look to put the foot down now, because if one gets out, you know, new batter comes in, yes, but because we're both in, we can afford to be more aggressive. With two in batters, the last thing you want is dot balls. Good running again.
Well, I think if Saif Zaib hadn't run through the crease there might have been a third. It was a strange game, wasn't it? The virtual semi-final between the Bolts and the Yaks. I don't think either side played well, and some Bolts fans may be upset with me because they'll say, hold on, we won the game, but there were so many errors, too many errors from both sides. Great innovation. It's the full switch it, completely changes his stance. Not the power switch it, but gets enough of it to get 4 more.
The perfect start here for the Royals. Both batters looking to get on with it. He's an all-round player, isn't he? He scores. We've seen him go down the ground. We've seen him go over mid-on. We've seen him go over extra cover. He's swept well. Now he's got the reverse sweep. He's got the game.
As a consequence, the field's had to change. We've brought another man across, so it's now a 5-4 offside field. 2 behind square on the offside. Doesn't stop them repeating the shot, but the gap has been plugged. Good captaincy.
Yeah, and that's probably where I question the decision to play that stroke, because now there's 2 men behind point on that offside. So he could go the other way if he wants to.
Instead, he goes down the ground. Long on is out there. Can he get underneath it? Oh, no, he can't. He settled himself. It went miles to the heavens. One of the highest Siddhartha Bank sixes that we've seen. It's 68 for none. What a start it is. They won the league stages. They beat the Janakpur Bolts, their great rivals, in the playoff stages as well as the groups. They've only lost 1 game all tournament, and they're looking very good, having won the toss and decided to bat first. Look at how high this goes, HD. Monstrous 6. They've only lost 1 game all tournament.
Altitude.
Very good, having won the toss and decided to bat first. How high this goes, HD. Monstrous 6.
It's a much better choice of stroke. I thought he had played the reverse sweep and had got the field change that he wanted, and to go down the ground. Here's a critical spell. This is a clever bowler. Ahmed Mohsin. Wonderful economy rate.
They are brilliant numbers. If you're offered a bowler in T20 cricketers, they'll run well comfortably for 2. The Bolts look a little rattled out there. If you're offered a wrist spinner or a finger spinner who will go at less than a run a ball and take a wicket every game, he's one of your first names on the team sheet.
Those numbers barely exist anymore in T20 cricket. I think even if you're under 8, you're considered exceptional. The man that's wearing yellow today. That was an opportunity.
And again, I have to question, why does Asif Sheikh not have the gloves on? I've said it for the majority of the tournament. I think in 2 of the games he took them. Here we are. And again, I have to question, why does Asif I just wonder, was it an edge? I was certain it was at first. It's the googly, it's brilliantly bowled. Here we are. Maybe not.
No, don't think so. I think Mohamed Mohsin thought it had bowled him. Gone over the top of the stumps and hit the fingertips of Malanta.
Was kind of 2 noises though. I think just purely maybe because the bat is come so close to the keeper's gloves. By the way, it was a tardy piece of glove work. It's given as byes, so the umpire didn't think there was an edge either.
Just going back to those numbers, I mentioned another man in yellow, Harmeet Singh, who's going to play a critical part today, particularly you would think against Jimmy Nisha. Left arm spin against the left-hander. Great shot. That is a great shot. I'm really struggling to complete my Stormy here, but he's got an economy rate of under 4. What about this for a stroke?
Yeah, superb. And if you want an exhibition and a demonstration as to A, how to play straight, and B, why it's the best part of the ground to target, that is it. Now he goes over his shoulder. Ah, this is quite brilliant from Saif Zaib. It's not quite going to be back-to-back boundaries, but it will be 3 more to the total. As Malanta could have taken the stumps off. His teammates need to give him a shout. I don't think they can hear each other out there. Such is the cacophony of noise. We will have a check on the boundary, but I think it was clean.
Easy. No problem.
I think it was clean.
Having a look at the boundary, but... Yep. No, not a boundary. Into the 9th. 80 without loss. Having a look at the boundary, but... Yep. No, not a boundary. Into the 9th. 80 without loss.
So Saif Zaib goes past 250, the 3rd highest scorer in the tournament now. Neesham will have his eyes, maybe not just in going past Zaib, but maybe even top spots. And a special mention for the lone Nepali batter in there, Rohit Paudel, as Jimmy Neesham returns to the attack. Paudel played the least number of games of everyone there. With him last night. He's going to be here today, the national team captain, and rightly so. He was quite brilliant this tournament, even though the Lions had a campaign to